Hi, this is Yuan from Ganister. Happy New Year, everyone. This is our first video for 2022. We're starting a series about low code in Ganister, which means that we are going to write some code. Usually it's pretty simple code just to adapt the business processes or the business rules in the solution. So basically in Ganister, you can write an enterprise application, or you can configure an enterprise application without writing any code. This is the no-code part of Ganister, and if you log in the system as an admin and you access gconfig here, you have a lot of configuration points to adapt the solution for your own needs. So you can go in data model and enrich the data model that is applied here. So you can add nodes, you can add relationships, and create the right application for your own enterprise. But there might be some limitations in terms of how far you can adapt the system to your needs. So in today's example, we're going to look at documents. So by default, when you create any node, you can assign a specific numbering for your node types. But this is only per node type. It doesn't take into account any specific information that you may have entered on your document. So for example, in our case, we want to have all marketing documents number starting with mark, M-A-R-K, dash, and a unique number. We will use a timestamp to display the unique number. So the first thing we need to do is make sure that the type of the document is provided when we create it. So to do this, you have to make sure that the type is mandatory. So we put it as mandatory. And then we're going to go in the method editor to have a first overview of how we write code. So these are the methods you have in your system, and we're creating a new method called marketing numbering or doc numbering, and it creates a template for your method. So here what we want to do is make sure that we test that the node that we're creating has the right as a type marketing. So the node is in this variable called data, and this variable will depend on the trigger that you're using. So in a BeforeCreate trigger, which is the one we're using here, you get an object with whatever data has been passed for the node creation. So here data.properties.type equals marketing. So if this is equal to marketing, we'll assign the ref like this plus date.now, and it gives us a unique number. And then here we don't have a complex code, so it shouldn't break here, but just in case, you can throw an error if anything bad happens and say could not assign number, error 500. And usually what you're doing, you also writing a console potentially to if you want to go back to your server and understand what happened. Okay, so we save this method, and then the next step is to attach this method to the right trigger. So we're going back to gconfig in the data model parts. We're selecting documents and trigger methods. We're adding our new method, marketing doc numbering, and the trigger is BeforeCreate, and that's it. So we can go back to here. This we only did server-side change, except the uniqueness of the type of the document. So we have to refresh this, so it's taken into account. So we can go here and say, so I have previous examples here. Let's remove this. I create a document. Let's say I'm creating an administration document. It doesn't assign the ref. It's not, it goes through the method, but it sees that it's not marketing. So we create another one with marketing, and then we have this applied. So this is a very simple example of writing very few code to adapt the solution to your very precise needs. Attach this method to a specific trigger because it's in this case it's before create, but it could be other triggers. And this is a very simple way to adapt the solution to your need. In the next videos, we will see other triggers, other mechanisms to launch our own code. And also we'll see the actions where it's actually code that is triggered by the user. So stay tuned for the next videos. It's a small series, quite technical. On YouTube, we will try to make sure that this is in the technical part of our channel. And we'll try to also release some videos with more functional aspects of Ganister, so you don't get lost in the technical details on our videos. Thank you for following us, and see you next time.